Hi, Marcy Nemhauser is a psychologist who is a professional coach who works with executives as well as myself, Kat Wilson. And Marcy, we've just been talking about executive coaching.
We have.
Mm-hmm.
And it's exciting. It's a different way of coaching.
Yes.
And I think as people learn about it more, they'll get more excited about it.
I agree with you.
Mm-hmm.
I agree with you. We were just talking about how executives are special in many different ways.
Yes.
And that they actually really require somebody to focus on their needs. And their needs might be different if you're coaching with them in a place where it's an internal environment, such as in the company, as compared with being an executive coach and coaching with them outside as a hired consultant.
And I also think that for all of you executives that are out there, to have someone who is a trusted advisor, someone who's not a part of your company or has no investment in the company, and a place for you to air out your ideas, your dreams, and your visions is very productive and very useful for most people.
Mm-hmm. And having, as you said, a trusted advisor, that's a pretty important experience for an executive who sometimes, I don't know all of you, but when you're an executive, whether you be a CEO or a manager or a director or whatever it is, sometimes you feel like you're out there alone.
Correct. And sometimes they can, when you're that isolated, you start to hear in your own echo chamber things that others need you to open up and explore more. And if you're too closed off, you're losing some potential with your employees and others around you. So, for executives to stay open to learning and also to have a sense of people, an open dialogue, strengthens everybody's productivity. And that is something that executives care about, is that the company actually is successful and productive.
Productivity is a pretty important aspect of being an executive.
It is indeed, yes.
Right, right. Yeah. We are talking about this because Marcy and I are giving a course in October, a 2-day course for people who want to do executive coaching. The executives can come on a very wide area. If you are interested in doing that kind of coaching, you might want to learn more about the communication process, which is different than life coaching, isn't it?
Yes, and it's one of the things that I think, as you and I have talked about, is can be a hidden gem for coaches, professional coaches. It's an area that they can expand and explore and find clients that are very challenging, and that makes the work exciting.
It does. And it makes it exciting for people who are executives actually to seek a coach. Because if you are in a position where you are looking for more perspective or actually getting deeper into the understanding of how to have an open communication with, you know, people who may have some input. And it is important to also recognize that executives may not be aware of everything going on because they're so very focused on the bottom line, they might miss some of the other pieces. Being leader focused, you do something called people mapping.
It's an assessment, it's a communication tool, and it helps people understand how we all have different styles of communicating and what's the best to match up with other styles. So it's something that most people find fun and easy to understand and not very complicated. So they can put it to work right away, which in business environments, especially now, that's an important thing, not to have anything that's too complicated so that people can take it and use it right away. But I also think that for emerging leaders, people who want to or have been chosen or identified as those who are leading or growing within the company, I think they also need coaches to help them move into that realm and be in a leadership position and actually know what that is and what to do about it.
Mm-hmm. I see that as one of the very top needs, people who are emerging leaders.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, in keeping in perspective that many executives don't have a whole lot of time, they want you to keep it short and to the point. Let's keep this short and to the point.
Sounds good.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, so for those people who are interested in executive coaching, Marcy Nemhauser and I will be teaching this over at Apositiva. And Marcy, the name of your actual coaching practice is?
Professional Growth Services.
Okay, so you could find me, Kat Wilson, at apositiva.com or Professional Growth Services. You'll find Marcy. So we'll look forward to seeing you soon. Good
Thanks.
luck.